Well, all right. Let's get shit fired up in terms of our Some seems a little bit off with my something seems a little off with my filters. Let me yeah, that looks a little, the hue seems a bit off. That looks about right. Yeah, let's go with that. That's looks a little bit better. Yeah. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, if you're watching this little bit, that means you're watching on YouTube, and if you're watching on YouTube, that means you weren't here for the actual stream, which is on Saturday evenings at 11 o'clock or thereabouts on Saturday nights. That's Pacific time, of course. So right now, what I'm about to do is I'm about to click over into the voice chat channel on the Discord server. And you got to jump up the Discord to actually be able to attend the stream live. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know, what the fuck? Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of thing. But if you want to take part in these live, you're going to have to come jump up the Discord and be part of the absolutely no people that actually show up for these fucking streams. But anyway, yeah, we're going to go ahead and... what happened there? It looked like I lost my audio for a second. Well, regardless. We are now going to fire this up. I'm going to start sharing the screen over on Discord. And where I get that kicking. Is this correct? This is correct, I think. There we go. All right. So what we're doing today is I am thinking about the actual interface for Groping Festival. So let me fire up Groping Festival real quick. Let's mute the sound there so it's not in the way. And I'm going to go ahead and just take a screen clip. I'm going to grab the window. Grab the winder here, and then I'll shut that down, and I'll come in here to Clip Studio Paint. I will paste that in. I'll transform so I can get a full display of the window, and there we go. So this is the aspect ratio that we're working with. And this is the window size that we're going to be working with. So let's go ahead and accept that. And this is what things look like, and I'm going to have to think about how exactly I want all of this to work. And first things first, I want to come over here and go with a rectangle selection. And I'm going to grab this bit right here. And I would like to cut and paste. And then I would like to move this down somewhat. I think this belongs more in the center of the screen. So just going to put that right there. That looks about right. And let me jump back here, and I will grab my paint bucket, and we'll grab that and click. Oh wait, click. There we go. So now up here on layer 1 and down here. Now the let's see. We also don't need all of this stuff here. That stuff we can go ahead and I'm going to cut and paste, and I'm going to hide that layer because we don't need it. And then I'm going to go back to my paint bucket, back to the main layer, layer 1, Control D, there we go. All right, so this is kind of what we're looking at here, and what we want is kind of, go back to a brush here, and we're going to work on the sketch layer. We're going to need, okay, hold on, let me move all of this to a new folder. Interface. I'm going to move that down here underneath of all the other layers. And we'll come over here to our sketch layer. And what we want to do, I want to have some kind of, I want to have something interesting down here on the bottom. Yeah, I want to have something interesting down here on the bottom to kind of serve as some kind of indicator, maybe a gauge of some sort. Okay. First things first, we got two things that we want to handle, and one of them is we want purchases. Well, the pantsuit counter. I'm going to move the pantsuit counter up here, and I want to create little panty particles. When you click on the girl and the bar goes down, there should be panty particles that come flying up. They spin up out of the girl's crotch area, and they fly up toward the little panty counter here. And that, okay, pantsuit, and it will have a number. So that will come out of there. Also, the little DPS button, we're going to get rid of that. Actually, let's go ahead and on this layer, let's grab these, cut and paste, and hide. So we'll remove that, and then we'll remove that, and we'll come back to the sketch. So we will have up here, and nope, we'll have up here, we'll have the panty counter. So that'll be the panty counter. That's a terrible picture of some panties. And then over here, we're gonna have some premium currencies of some sort. And over here, we got the gem counter, which is the stuff you pay for. So that's gonna have a number on there. And well, maybe do I want those there, or yeah, that's where I want them. Okay, so we are definitely going to have the panty counter over here. And we're going to have some purchases you can make in this area. And I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that, but we're going to have the panty counter up here. We're going to have the gem counter up here. We're going to have some premium currency counters here. Here, there will be some kind of, well, we want to do that there. Okay. Various in-game things you can buy are going to be here. This is kind of the rule that I want to work with on this. Is the left-hand side of the screen here is going to have all of the stuff that you use in the course of playing the game, and all the stuff that relates to the outside world is going to be over here. So for example, this is going to be your in-game store where you spend actual money over here somewhere, and this is going to have like your settings, which will have the little gear icon or something, and yeah, that'll pretty much be it. It's going to have the settings. Maybe we'll have a save game icon and a load game icon, stuff like that. But over here will be kind of the menu. How's that menu going to look? How are these things going to look? That's the first thing to think about. I want in this area right here, in this central area behind the girl, I want to have some kind of background image. that is the what I want that to be is I want that to be kind of the area where these girls are. Like right here, you can see that I've got kind of, I mean, I want to do a better job on this skirt and have like a pleated skirt, maybe a plaid. And I want to do that. I want to kind of give her a school uniform. And then the background image will be like a classroom or maybe a school courtyard. And I kind of have this idea that we'll have... I kind of have this idea that we're going to have schoolgirls, and then we're going to have business women. We're going to have some kind of like fantasy girls, like princesses and stuff like that. We'll do a magical girl area, and we'll do a set of kimono mimi, which is girls with animal ears, and that'll be terribly cute. But I want to do kind of the schoolgirls and the businesswomen. I want to do like different themed types of girls, and I want to do a kind of mix and match thing where, do I want to do a mix and match thing? I think I actually want to do, I think I want to do different poses for all the girls. I think what I've been thinking along the lines of is doing like bodies with different arms and different heads. And I think what I actually want to do is I just want to do multiple different individual women. Because I did a kind of swap out head last week, and I didn't really like the way that turned out. I didn't think it came out well. But thinking about the interface, I want to have that background image in here, and I want to have the girl doesn't need to actually do anything, but there will be a look, the panties are spinning up to the counter moment. So she's going to spawn off all of these panty particles that will fly up to the counter up here and add to it. And then over here, you'll have all your various power-ups. I want to have a kind of special panties viewer over here. Like, I don't know, maybe there would be a clothes hamper over here, and that would have like, no, that's gross. The background storyline for this game is supposed to have a homeless guy named Ali, who is selling you stuff. So I guess at some point I'm gonna have to draw a picture of Ali, and he'll like be holding open his coat and have like all of the stuff that you can buy will be in here. So Ali will just be like this creepy guy who's hanging around, and he's like, hey, give me some panties and I'll give you some stuff. And these would be all of the various power-ups that Ali can sell you. That's kind of limited. There needs to be like a better series of stuff. I need to think more about what you're going to be buying with these. I need to think more about your levels. I need to think about how that's put together. And I think that what I want to do is I want to have like 10 different girls. And then maybe at the end, there's like a boss girl that you have a time limit for. That can be messed with later. I don't need to worry too much about that right now. What I do need to worry about is how this interface is going to look. Am I going to draw a picture of Ali the Magic Bum and have him come out with like all of his stuff here in the inside of his coat. You know, I could do Ollie on a separate screen. I could just have like Ollie's face down here, or like a sign for Ollie's, and you click on it and he could take over the entire screen. Kind of like in Plants vs. Zombies, you have the crazy guy that sells you power-ups. We could do that. That might be a good way to manage this. Getting some feedback there. I apologize for that. But yeah, we want to have the in-game purchase store here. Maybe we'll have multiple in-game purchases. We need to at some point have you buy like a DPS capability. There needs to be an ability to have like automatic groping of the girls, so the girls are just automatically groped. And yeah, that needs to be a possibility. And we need to think about how we advance the girls. And what's the progression of the girls? Because it's like right here, we've got this girl with 10 hit points, or health points, however you want to look at it. But what would the level 2 girl look like? Would the level 2 girl have like 25 or 50 or 100? What would that be? I think I want this a little bit more. I think I want this to be exponential, and our initial exponent is going to be relatively small, like a 1.02. And then we'll have like a 1.05 for like each individual girl, and then a 1.07 per level. So each time you go up a level, okay, that would give us a rather slow progression each time you complete a particular girl. And then when you move to the next one, which you would do manually, we're going to do like arrows, I think. Do I want to do it that way? That's the way DPS Idol does it, is to have like the individual arrows, and you choose when you move up to the next girl. There should be a slightly better chance of special panties as you move upward. Actually, what do we want to do with this? We want to okay, how is the progression going to work? It doesn't actually matter what the numbers are at this point. What matters is that we understand how the flow of gameplay goes. You're going to click, 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 click on the girl. And then once you collect the panties, then a little arrow will appear. And you can keep clicking on the girl to keep collecting panties here. Or you can click on the arrow and move on to the next girl. And you click, 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 click to collect panties. And if it takes too long to collect the panties from this girl, then you can back up to the previous girl where it would presumably be somewhat easier. So you can go back and forth, and it doesn't really make that big of a difference on yeah, it doesn't make that big of a difference on like the quantity of panties that you collect. And the quantity of panties you collect would go up. Would they go up every time you beat a girl? Would you collect more panties from the girl every time you successfully grope her, or the same number? I think you just collect the same number. Each time you beat a particular girl, she gets a little tougher. Each time you switch to a new girl, it gets a little tougher. Each time you move to a new level, it gets a little tougher. Each time you beat a boss, you change the background and it gets a little tougher. You move to the next collection of girls. So what I could do with this is I could do the 10 individual girls. I think I'll just do the 10 individual girls without the boss to start with. I may add a boss later, but okay, so now we need an area indicator here. And we need to think about how much space we need for our panty counter. Like, is this going to be an adventure capitalist style game where you start collecting like 12 undecillion panties with each girl that you get through, or what? I also want to start the... All right, let's think about this. We got our panty counter. We got our level indicator. We have our level number is up here. Over here we have various premium currencies. Okay, here is the give me money and buy more shit. Here we have, no, not there. Here we have a settings button. We have a save button. We have a cloud button or something. Yeah. So down here is all of your game control, and up here is the store, and that'll slide out like various offers and whatnot. We'll reserve this area right here for nagging the player and going buy now, buy this special new first time thing. I don't anticipate that I'm going to want to nag the player a lot, but I want to reserve an area for it, so if I decide that's a direction that I want to go, I'll be able to do it. That's one of the things a lot of people get kind of annoyed about, is the idea that as you design a game like this, you always kind of design for the best case scenario, where if I put this store in here and I say, come in here and buy some shit, people will just buy shit, and enough people will be buying shit and spending enough money on shit that it'll be fine. But what if people don't want to spend a lot of money? Well, you got to push a little bit. You got to push, and you got to say buy. And I don't really like doing the buy thing, but if people are not fucking paying me, then I got to do something. And bluntly speaking, if this game doesn't generate any revenue at all, then I'm just going to get it out there and then move the fuck on. It's not a big deal, really. I just want this game to finance the next game. And it's the next game that I want to actually do some numbers. because it'll be more of a visual novel thing. But I want to have better artwork for that. So over here, this will be reserved for, this is outside of game stuff. It's like spending real money and using your gems and whatnot. No, we'll do the gem stuff over here. Here's Ollie with his big old coat open. Like he's pointing at something that you can buy here. Going, hey, buy this shit. Give me panties and buy this stuff. We'll have like a bunch of stuff that you can buy, and maybe we'll have tabs in here. In fact, we will definitely have tabs in here. So we'll have like tabs for things that you can buy, and one of them is like what you could spend your regular panties on, and one of them is what you can spend special panties on, and one of them is what you can spend gems on. And over here is the special panty. It's the panty collector display, and that will open a whole new screen, and that will show your collected panties. And Ollie will typically have his art. You know what? No, I want Ollie to pop up on his own screen, but let's pop that in a slide out window. Let's do a slide out window for that. We'll do the same thing with the pay store, where you just like click on it and it's a slide out window, and it's like, here's all of the shit that you can buy. Same thing with all of the various. So we have here is kind of this area where things can pop out. I want to do something down along here. I want to have some kind of like collection of things. Huh. And what do I want these to look like? Even though we kind of have the idea of where things go and how they fit, what do they look like? In fact, yeah, I like this idea. Let me switch over here. We're gonna do. That's our panty counter. This is our special panty counter. This opens up the power-up window. Here's our various premium currencies. It's a level indicator, level display. Here's our gem counter. You're not going to have a whole lot of gems usually. And then down here we'll do game commands, and over here we'll do the power up. Up here we'll do the special panties thingy. That's a counter. That's a counter for gems. And these are other counters. Now I'm going to do... I'm going to do the special panty collection down here. Special panties. And then up here we'll do power-ups. So when you click on this, then Ollie will slide in from the side and he'll take up this space here. And he'll have all this stuff that he can sell you right here. And there'll be a little scrolling window, I guess. Is that the way I want that to work? Yeah, we'll do it that way. And then this one, when you click on this, then the actual store will slide in from over here, and you can like buy individual packs of gems. Pardon me for a moment. There we go. So yeah, that would come in from the side, and over here, all of this is actual like in-game stuff, and all of this over here is out-of-game stuff. With the exception of up here, this will be some kind of premium currencies. Now those need to move over here. We'll have the Panty Counter here. We'll have the various special currencies here. And over here, we'll have premium power-ups listed here. This will be the time warp items. So you can use a time warp to move ahead like 1, 3, and 7 days. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. So what we end up with here, we've got the Panty Counter, and we've got the Gem Counter, we've got the premium, we got the treasure currencies, we have the power-up counter, we have the money, we have the power-ups, the settings, and over here we have the collection of special panties. And then up over here we've got the level indicator, we've got the level name, we've got an arrow here, we've got an arrow here. Yeah, that works. But what goes down here? I want something down here. I want something here in the middle. There needs to be something here in the bottom middle, I think. So right here. What goes there? Huh. What if we do... What if we do kind of a secret magic powers thing down here? And we have like individual magic spells or some such shit. Little things that you can activate. And we also want to think about keyboard controls. Sort of. Huh. Okay, so thinking my way through this is kind of how I see this working. You click on the girl, you collect the panties, collect the panties, collect the panties, click to move forward, click the girl, click the girl, click the girl, collect the panties, collect the panties, collect the panties, continue, 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 until you get to the end. When you get to the last girl in the group, there needs to be a boss to mark the end of the level. Or we can just do arrows. We can do arrows there, yeah. Now, how do we tutorialize this? We need to teach people how to play the game, just on the off chance that they don't know how these games are played. So how are we going to do the tutorial? I think one of the things I absolutely hate about tutorials is when the tutorial forces you to do specific stuff or it will not go away. So I want there to be informational pointers where it goes like, press this button to move to the next girl, blah, 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 blah. And that stays up for a little while and then it disappears. And then when you click on that button, then it takes you to the next girl and it goes, okay, you know how that works. So, now that's kind of how I'm thinking about this. I like this kind of swoopy design that I just kind of arbitrarily thought of for the bottom. I like the idea of having 8 buttons on it. And then here to the side, we can kind of swoop over and we can have 3 buttons there. And over here, we can have like 3 buttons here, maybe. Nah, I think over here we'll just do, nah. Do I want to keep the swoopy design, or do I just want to make it, like, boring and straight? Sounds like I'm talking about people. Oh, they're just boring and straight. So, yeah, this, pull that off of there. Maybe I could do an upward swoop. And then that could have individual buttons in it. And then down here in the bottom, we could actually have, the collection, and then we could have the settings there. Yeah, that seems about like the way I want to put this together. I realize this is not very this is not very exciting. Mostly this is here so I can talk through my thought process and so you can see how that works. Now, after I've collected a suitable number of panties, I would then click on the store icon and I would buy some power-ups. And then after I buy some power-ups, I would collapse that and I would go back to clicking my going back to using my gloves of Chikansuru to click on the Pensugami and collect the Pensu. And if I go, this is taking too long, I'm going to spend some money. I would click over here and I would go, okay, I want to spend money on this and this and this. I want to buy this special bundle, and then the little Steam button would pop up here because I'm going to use Steam to handle the in-game transactions. Yeah, that's probably how I'm going to do this. Yeah, I think I'm going to use a large swooping arc here. And divide that into 8 separate buttons, and then have 2 more, and this one would be collection, this would be your settings. Nah, I don't like that idea. I do like the idea of having some powers down here, though. Mascots. You could collect mascots. You could have like little pets that you collect. And then you can upgrade them. Each time you collect a mascot, the mascot does a certain amount of grope damage, or they have a certain amount of grope power that they exert on the various Pensugami. If we do like 5 different groups of women, then once you've completed 5 groups of women, you get your first little pet, and then you just each time you do 5 groups, you get another little pet. And once you've gotten all 8 pets, then the next time you do 5 groups, the first pet gets they get a multiplier to their power. And you can level up the pet. You can click on the pets, and it brings up a little card over here. Or maybe it just brings up a card over top of everything. No, I can't bring up a card over top of everything. You know what? Now, if we're going to do this, then those need to be over here. They can't be down here. That's not a good place to put them. Because you don't want to click something over here and have it open a window over there. That's terrible design. So what we want to do is we want to do our pets right here in this area. Maybe we also want to do pets over here. Oh, we could have pets that you can only get if you spend money on them. That's an option. That's definitely something I could look at. Now, as I've said, talking about the economies, you always have to make sure that you want to design things into the game so the people who spend money actually get something for their money. Yeah, well, these people that say, no, no, no. When you spend money, you should just get cosmetic stuff. Only cosmetics, nothing else. But that's kind of like saying, pay money and get nothing. There's no point in paying the money. When you pay the money, you should get something cool, and it should actually make a difference to your game. So you should get things like power-ups and increases to your damage and to your experience and to stuff like that. That's what we could have down here. We could have a list of power-ups. We could have the power-up menu over here. Over here, we could have the 5 normal pets, and over here we could have the 5 premium pets. And you could use your special panties to upgrade your pets. That's an interesting idea. It's an interesting mechanic. You know what? I'm not going to overcomplicate this. For the moment, I am going to stick to level counter, level indicator, pantsuit counter. We'll put a gem counter over here, but there's no point to it right now. We'll do settings over here. We'll do panties over here, the premium collection over here. So over here will be the settings. Settings. Collection. Pantsuit. Level. Progress. And gems. And we will add power-ups and purchases and mascots later. We'll add all of the cool shit later. Right now, I think we can actually do without that, and that. Okay. So you just put our settings menu down here. We'll put our settings menu down here. We'll put our Panty Counter up here. We'll have our level and progress indicator, and we'll do our arrows. That's our minimal setup there. And we need to think about the structure of this. How is this going to be structured? How are we going to manage the code that actually swaps these things? The graphics are going to be reasonably simple. It's not going to be a huge issue. I just need to put my Panty Counter up here. We need to do our particles. Now, if I do the counter and I get the particles, I do the level and the progress, and you can actually switch from one to the next. And we get our settings in here. Now I have audio. I want to be set up to change language. Right now, I don't really have any text in here. But we want graphics at the very least for resolution. And I want to be set up for language. So I can do translations later on down the road. No, that's too much to worry about right now. Just do audio and graphics, and they could actually all sit on just one window. We just have the audio bits, and we already know what the audio bits look like. We just take those audio bits, we put them in a window in the middle of the screen, and we add a little drop down for the drop down would have the little arrow over here. Here, a little drop down for resolution. That is pretty much all we need to do on that. This will be the settings, and I'll worry about the Panty collection thing. I will worry about that at a later date, and yeah, I'm overcomplicating things trying to think about like all of the different stuff that I could add in here. Really, all I need, this is kind of the critical thing here. So the settings dialog and the Panty particles and the level indicator. That's what I need to work on. How are we doing on time? Oh, shit, 55 minutes. Took me almost an hour to go through that. Really? Just thinking this over took like an hour. Okay, so yeah, like that's the thing that I'm doing. And I'm not going to save this because I pretty much like have the idea. It's like counter, settings, level, and progress in the middle. It's that easy, that simple. So, yeah. All right, yeah, that's the thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and bail out of here on the stream. And once again, if you attended the stream on Discord, you're a liar because nobody showed up. But if you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, all of that shit. As I move forward on this stuff, we're going to be talking a little bit about architecture and about code and about how that fits together. But yeah, we're making some forward progress on what Groping Festival is going to look like and how things are going to work, and that's kind of cool. Anyway, that's basically what I have for today. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. So those of you that hung out and watched, thank you very much. And now I'm going to bail and pretend like I'm going to go hang out with all the people who watched my stream, which nobody did. So, you know, I'm just going to I'm going to stop the recording and then I'm going to stop the stream and that's going to be that. But I'm going to pretend that, like, if you were actually on the Discord and you were, like, watching the stream, then there would be a really cool thing that happened and you missed it. You have to join the Discord if you want to do that. We'll just pretend. That's 90% of being on YouTube anyway, is just pretending. There's 90% of streaming, for that matter. But, yeah. That's what the interface is going to look like right now. Obviously, it'll mature and it'll start looking more like the larger and more complicated interface that I had earlier. But for the moment, we're going to keep things simple because I don't need all of that stuff to actually have something that's playable and that I can figure out, is this fun? Do I enjoy this? Because if I'm not having fun playing the game, I'm not going to fucking release it. Why would you release a game that's not fun? You got to make it fun. If it's not fun for you, then it's not going to be fun for anybody else. I mean, you are not your customer, true, but if you don't think your game is fun, nobody else is going to think it's fun either. So that's important. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Once again, thank you very much for showing up, and I do appreciate you. And that'll be that for now.